Just human me. Imagine that a child is kidnapped, right? They're kidnapped from their parents when they're a baby in a violent way, and they're taken to another country and they're raised there by this kidnapper. It's not the best environment. It's sometimes violent. This kidnapper makes up for it in other ways, so it's not always bad. And they grow up like this, away from their birth parents. And when they become a teenager, their parents finally find them in this country, and the parents are trying now to say, you know what, this is not your actual parent. This man kidnapped you, and we've got the documents to prove that you belong to us. Here's your birth certificates. Here are your baby photos. Here is where we used to live. Like all the evidence that proves that this child belongs to these birth parents is there. These parents have brought it there, right? But this kidnapper, says, no, those are not your parents. You've known me. I'm the one that has raised you from when you were small. These people are lying. This is who you are. This is our life. And this child has learned to obviously survive the kidnapper, right? They have learned to survive. This is all they've known. This is all they've known. And the thought of going with the birth parents is so daunting, it's scary. They don't know the birth parents. All they've known is this kidnapper who is abusive. But, this is all they've known. And now they're in a conundrum. There's a tussle in the spirit. Do I go with them? Do I not go with them? The truth is, up until this child believes the parents that have got the evidence that they belong to them, the parents cannot forcefully take this child away. Let's assume the child is over 18. They over the age of 18. They're not a minor anymore. So up until this child believes this evidence to say, wait a minute, they've got my birth certificate. They can tell me where I was born, what time I was born. They've got my baby photos. It's up until this child believes these parents and says, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm leaving. Up until that time, these parents are helpless. Up until the child says, wait a minute, you kidnapped me. This is not who I am. These are my roots. Up until that point, these parents are helpless. And this is the same with us. I'm saying this to say that up until we say to the thing that has us in bondage, whether it is lust, whether it is unforgiveness, whether it is deceit, whether it is alcoholism, whether it is adultery, whether it's fornication, or anything that goes against the character of God, anything that goes against the design of God, anything that is not of God, up until we say, wait a minute, this is not who I am. No, this is not who I refuse to live my life resentful and unforgiving and cheating other people and this. I refuse. This is not who I am. Short-tempered, in perversion. I refuse. This is not who I am. It might feel like it's who I am, but this is not who I am. Up until we say that and we go to the side of God who's saying, listen, I made you. You've been with me from the beginning. Here's the evidence that I made you. You are mine and I know who you are. Up until you say, I want to know God. No, this is not who I am. Up until we break that agreement with whatever has us, with whatever we identify as, up until we make a conscious decision to say, I am not this. There is more to me. God his hands are tied. He cannot rescue us. Just like these parents cannot rescue this child. Their hands are tied. Up until this child willingly comes with his parents, their hands are tied. And it's the same with God. Most of us, we are living in deception because all we've known is this type of life. We react this way, controlling, manipulating, all these things that we identify as us. This is all we've known. And God is saying, this is not who you are. Come, I need to show you. In this season, God is going to cause many people to live what they identify as so that he can do a new thing. God is doing a new thing. God is shifting people. If all that you've never known is relationships that wake up your flesh, all you've known is fornication in relationship, all you've known is cheating on your partner, all the time. This is all you've known. You think this is who you are. All you've known is just a gossip. All you've known is being jealous, holding on to grudges. All you've known is dealing with life's problems with alcohol, and all these things. This is all you've known. God is going to ask us to shift. God created Abraham, but all Abraham knew, he came from a family of idol worship. So Abraham, all he knew, all he could identify as was idol worshippers. This is where he came from. But God went to Abraham because God created Abraham, and he said, Abraham, I need you to come out of what you've known. I need you to leave your father's house. And this is all the man knew. Do you know how scary it would be for someone to leave everything behind, his friends, his family, all that is known behind? So God says, Abraham, I need you to leave your comfort zone because I want to do a new thing. I need you to change environments. I cannot do it in here. I need you to come out. I need to show you something about you, something that I, your creator, know about you. I need you to come out. And when Abraham came out, that is when God could tell him that, Abraham, you are a father of many nations. That is your identity. You're not an idolater. That's not your identity. I know that you've grown up there, but this is not who you are. You are a father of many nations. You are a man that's going to raise your children in the ways of the Lord. This is who I made you to be. But up until he came out, God's hands were tied. Up until he broke agreement with that lifestyle of idolatry that he has always known, God couldn't do anything up until he said, okay, Lord, I believe you. Let's go, show me who I am. And this is how God prospered Abraham. And many of us, God is going to cause a shift in our lives. Whether it's from a lifestyle that we've known, whether it's from a career that we've always known, whether it's from a country that we've always known. But there's a shift. God is going to ask us to do uncomfortable things, to leave some things behind, because he wants to do a new thing. This is a season where God is shifting his people. And those that this message resonate with, it's going to resonate with you, because I sense this message I think over a week ago, that God is doing a shift. It's going to be hard. Some people might need to leave friends. Some people might need to leave certain environments. It's going to be uncomfortable, but God is calling his people to new places, because it is only there that he can begin to do a new thing that he has. It is only there that he's going to reveal who they truly are. So I wanted to encourage you. Do not be afraid. I know it's scary. It's a scary thing to leave all that you've known. But trust in the one that made you. Trust that he knows more about you than you know about yourself. You are not your feelings. You are not how you feel. You're not your environment. You're not where you grew up. Your identity is in your creator, your true identity, who you are. There's such confusion in the world right now about identity. Who am I? Get to know Jesus. Your identity is in Jesus. It is when you are in him that you get to know who you truly are. It is when you follow what his instruction, where he's calling you to go, that you're going to begin to know who you truly are. So I just wanted to encourage you today. If this is resonating with you, be obedient to God, because God cannot, he does not force his will on anybody. He needs willing participants, but he needs us to obey his instructions. I hope that you have a good day. Be blessed. Bye.